I spoke to one of my clients last week, she looked as terrible as she said she felt. She hadn't been able to sleep. She had obsessive thinking. She wasn't able to pay attention to anything and had been reprimanded at work a couple of times. She found herself getting very irritable with her children. And she had this mild headache which was just not going away. And she had tried taking, of course, a lot of paracetamol. Once I heard her story and I asked her the crucial question, what is this obsessive thinking about? And she confessed the obsessive thinking was about her ex. She had been stalking his social media profile, making herself sick to the stomach by watching him with the new partner and obsessively wondering about what could have gone wrong and why, things couldn't have worked out better. What she was suffering from was a hangover that Crocin is not going to help. She was suffering from a divorce hangover. What is a divorce hangover? A divorce hangover is a situation where you are still emotionally embedded in the grief and trauma of that process. Now, divorce is a situation which is very unique. Divorce is a situation where you are trying to leave a bond which was, we are told is supposed to be the most profound and the most intimate bond and supposed to last an entire lifetime and maybe even 7 lifetimes. So as a society, we are not very comfortable and supportive for people who want to leave this situation, particularly for women. As a result of which there is already a lot of guilt and shame. And on top of that, there's this unrecognized grief that remains unresolved because at the end of the day, divorce is no different from a death. Divorce is actually considered to be the top 3 traumas that an adult can face in a lifetime. When someone's loved one dies, we recognize that they're going to need space to grieve, to mourn, to go through all the stages of grief. The anger, the bargaining, the denial, the depression, the acceptance. But we don't recognize that divorce is exactly the same. Because divorce is the death of a future you had expected with that person. Divorce is the death of a relationship that you had committed to. Divorce is the death of your past self who got so involved and so enmeshed in this particular relationship. So all those entanglements can sometimes keep you stuck and end up in a divorce hangover. It is, of course, obviously very important for you to recognize that you have a divorce hangover and then to seek help so that you can recover from the divorce hangover. Very often people are so stuck in wishing that the past had been better, they completely forget the fact that there's an amazing future waiting for them, just waiting with its arms open for you to walk that path and walk into your future self and create and grow something better and even more magnificent than what you had in the past. Divorce can actually be seen as an opportunity to change and shift everything and evolve beyond those negative patterns of the past, beyond the person you were in the past, and become somebody who deserves and really should be getting something much, much better than you had with this marriage that did not work out for whatever reasons it may be. So I hope that any of you who are listening here don't ignore if you have a divorce hangover, or if you have a friend or a loved one who you think is going through a divorce hangover. This is the person who's not going to be helped with some painkillers and an ice bag to the head. They need help and support from someone who can walk them down this journey, a beautiful journey of releasing themselves from the hangover, finding emotional freedom and creating their happily even after. I hope you found this useful and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.